Real quick guys, if you guys wouldn't mind, please be sure to consider going down your item shop and typing in BAY for your supported creator code, BEY, and then clicking accept. This will support me greatly and it will not cost you anything, so please be sure to do this, and let's get right into the video. Hey, what's up guys? Before we get into this video, I just wanted to mention that I've started my brand new business where I am selling all kinds of gaming accessories such as control freaks that you guys are seeing in this video. I'm selling these control freaks for cheaper than what they are on the Control Freaks website, and the shipping is completely free. You guys can get these at a discount, the exact same quality, the exact same product, and many others on my website. So please be sure to go check it out. Link in the description and in the pinned comment. Now, without further ado, let's get right into this video. Also, one final thing guys, all the gameplay in this video was recorded live at twitch.tv/beyondfps. It was streamed there. I play tons of games every single day. I'm probably streaming when this video is live. If I'm not, be sure to go and drop a follow because I will be streaming very consistently, and I just hit 900 followers, so please be sure to go and join my Twitch fan base over there. Also guys, please be sure to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. I make tons of tips and tricks videos to help you guys out, and if they do, please subscribe. It'll help me out a ton, and a lot of the people that are watching these videos are not subscribed, so please be sure to do this right now. And without further ado, let's get right into this video. So in this video today, I'm going to be telling you guys some of the absolute best ways to level up fast in Arena. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys 7 tips that is going to change the way that you play Arena, and you'll be able to gain points every single game. This is the most critical aspect of gaining points and doing well in Arena, is being consistent. It doesn't matter if you're getting 20 points or 100 points or even 300 points a game, as long as you're getting points and not losing any every single game that you start. The mistake that a lot of people make is they continually play games over and over again, and they just keep on losing points all of those games. And in this video, the tips are basically going to be helping you guys to maximize the points that you get every single game, and to also make it so that you will always gain points. So without further ado, let's get right into these 7 tips. Tip number 1. You guys always want to drop somewhere cold. Check out the video card that's at the top right now. These are 3 of the best drop spots for season 3 right now, and basically these drop spots will allow you guys to make it to the end game almost every single game. Most of them are cold and uncontested, and the best part about them is that there's great loot there and you'll be set till the end game. The strategy that we have here is basically making it so that you always get placement points every single game. No matter what, no matter how bad or no matter how well you do in your actual games and fights, you'll always be set because you'll always be getting points from those placements. This is the best way to become consistent, and it requires patience and also a good drop and good rotations. Now let's get right into the second tip. The second tip is that you guys want to learn how to use the charged shotgun ASAP. The charged shotgun is an incredible weapon and it's severely underrated. If you're not using this right now and you prefer using something like the TAC, just know that you're missing out, and in about a month or a few weeks, you will be behind, because every player that's adapted and learned how to use this gun will have gotten much better with it, and just the overall sheer power that the charged shotgun has is incredible. So you guys need to learn how to use this ASAP if you haven't already. I recommend checking out one of my videos that was how to improve and how to aim better with the charged shotgun. The card for it will be at the top right now. For tip number 3, start focusing more on your aim rather than anything else. Aiming is the most important thing in Arena, and you guys can easily see this if you watch pro controller players and just pro players in general. A lot of them aren't even the best at building and editing, but what they do is they always hit their shots when it comes to these fights. Just like you guys saw, I was in a really bad situation there. That person got the first shot, but because of the fact that I hit my shot and I hit for way more than he did, and then I followed up with more SMG shots that hit and didn't miss, I was able to win that fight and take the win. For tip number 4, you guys need to start perfecting your sensitivity if you're playing on controller or keyboard and mouse. Your sensitivity is so important in Fortnite, and it's a really big misconception because in a lot of games, believe it or not, your accuracy doesn't always depend on your sensitivity, and Fortnite has absolutely changed this because it's one of the first games where your sensitivity actually severely matters. Your sensitivity is responsible for your playstyle, and it is something that makes up the majority of how well you play. So if you don't have a good sensitivity, you're kind of missing out, because all the other players that have a great sensitivity, that are able to aim well, build well, and edit well, will be at an advantage every single time that you fight them, and this isn't something that you want to happen. just because your sensitivity isn't as good as theirs is. So my suggestion is to check out my latest video that was how to basically find your ultimate sensitivity, and check out how I basically structured finding your sensitivity there, and just go ahead and give that video a watch and see how you're supposed to do it. And moving on to tip number 5, this one is more about fights and playing smart in them. Don't be afraid to disengage from a really bad fight. If you find yourself struggling to get the kill, or you find that this opponent is just absolutely dominating you and destroying you and you don't think that you're going to be able to survive it, no matter what, if you just don't have a good feeling about it, run away and do it in the fastest way possible, in the most efficient way possible. If you have a launch pad, just go ahead and use it. Don't try to survive this fight and make it to endgame with it, because the fact is that if you die to this player, you won't even be able to use your launch pad in the endgame, so you might as well lose it now and try your best to survive so you can get more placements. And this is something that's very underrated, and it's probably one of the more important tips in this video, because of the fact that so many people are willing to hold on to things like that just for them to end up dying and wasting their launch pad and their movement item. Another thing that you guys can use is the new impulse weapon that will basically shoot these little impulse rockets using the rockets that you would find in shotguns, and just utilize these and use them to the best of your ability to get away from fights where you aren't comfortable. This is known as disengaging, and it's a great thing to be doing in Fortnite, and it's similar to what I'm trying to do right now. It's also good if you're just trying to heal and gain your health back, which is exactly what I'm doing right now. And another great way to disengage when you're in fights that you're trying to heal is to basically spam your builds and run around them to basically try to confuse your opponent as to where you are. Make it so that it's hard for them to know where you're hiding because of how many builds you've placed. Yes, this will waste a lot of materials, but the benefit to it is that you'll be able to regain a lot of your health back before they have a chance to apply pressure, because of the fact that they don't know where you actually are. And as you guys saw, I went from being severely undermatched in that fight because of my health, and I regained all my health back and then destroyed the person because I was able to spray them down with the SMG and not die to their first few shots because I had more health now. So as you guys can see, the materials were worth it, and I'm all the way back to max materials. For tip number 6, you guys need to get much better at late game rotations. Late game is huge in season 3 of Fortnite. Fortnite has basically taken out the importance of getting kills and W keying in this season of competitive, and all of the pressure and all the stress basically goes on placement points. And with these lobbies starting to become more aware of the fact of how important placement points are, many players are going to begin making it to the end game, and your end game strategies and rotations are going to be the most important aspect by far. So what you guys need to do is start watching players like Canada and start watching some other pros rotate in the endgame and learn their strategies, because endgame rotations and endgame strategies are the most important things right now in this season, and with time they will become even more important as more people are aware of the meta. Now in this game, I'll also be leaving in the endgame gameplay, so be sure to watch it till the end to see how I played out the endgame for this match. This wasn't really stacked or anything, but there will be matches with 30 to 50 players in the end game, and those are crazy matches where you absolutely need to have amazing rotations in order to survive and not get basically third partied and just focused on by the entire lobby. And finally, for tip number 7, what you guys need to start doing more is becoming better at fights. In general, arena and competitive game modes are very heavily reliant on fights and how well you're able to fight when you're matched up against a good opponent. Many of the players that you'll be playing at when you get to higher levels like Contender League, Champion League, and other leagues like that, especially in events where you're going to be doing good, you're basically going to need to be able to fight very good players. And if you don't have good mechanics and a good ability to fight people, you will always fail every single time you run into the first person. Yes, rotations and stuff like that are important, but what are you going to do in the early game when all you have is a shotgun and a few materials and the other opponent is better than you? And this is why it's super important to be able to play very well against opponents in fights. And as I mentioned before, your aim is the most important aspect when it comes to this. So if you want to improve this, focus on your aim, watch some of my videos that are about improving your aim, and just overall put more stress and importance on it, as this will take your gameplay to the next level. Aiming is insanely important in fights, and it is what will make the biggest difference when you're fighting. So just to do a quick recap and a summary on everything that I've said, focus on your aim, learn your endgame rotations, get much better at basically fighting people, and you can do this by improving your mechanics. And one great way to do this is by starting to use the charged shotgun and learning how to use this weapon as best as you possibly can. And as for the final tip, make sure that you are doing a great job with your drops and landing cold so that you guys can secure placement points every single game and become consistent. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.